Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blast the Process 4. We are in the middle of Sonic Block with the best Sonic game ever made. Billy Hacker and the Giant Egg with Kyrrone. Hello, friend.
Hey, how's it going? So yeah, I'm playing Billy Hatch from Giant Egg, and if you don't know what this game is, well, you're in for a bit of a treat. We're just gonna get straight into this when we're ready. So I'll do a countdown, and on go we'll start. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Cool. I'm also joined with my two co-commentators, Ludovis and Christian Royal. If you guys want to introduce yourself and explain how this is going to go down, whilst I do nothing. Well, I want to say do nothing.
Well, watch the cutscene, that is.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's
And I'm Christian. And the first level is a bit of a doozy because there's a lot going on.
Yes. Starting with this very long minute-and-a-half cutscene. That's for starters. But then straight after that, we have to watch some more cutscenes. But then right after that cutscene, it gets a bit wild. So yeah, it's definitely a lot to explain. We're actually going to start really explaining it before everything happens. So yeah, there will be a bit of spoilers in the first level, but it's just because this level is so fast-paced. It's like, and there's a lot going on that will, like, by the time we finish explaining everything, we'll be at the end of the level, essentially.
So I think the main three things we should explain are sign bounces, KBCs or knockback clips, and how RNG works with fruit, because they're going to be like the crucial things to get across.
Yeah, for sure.
And they all show up in the first level, which is great.
Yeah, because you know, you gotta love a speedrun where the first level happens to be one of the hardest in the game. So yeah, for a bit of lore, Billy beats up a crow, chickens celebrate and warp him to this world where he's now treated as a hero, and we gotta go save the world. It's basic plot. It's no deep lore. Yeah, so I'm running up against this wall because it's actually a little bit faster than not doing it. I don't know why that is, it just is a thing in this game. So yeah, we need to go grab this suit so that we can actually use the abilities to roll our eggs. And then with that out of the way, we can actually start doing the level as we were saying, the quite fast-paced platforming.
So coming up is something called a sign bounce, where basically with the eggs that you roll around, now they have the chicken suit, it's possible to position yourself so you're slightly inside of some geometry, for example the signs, and what happens is it will then push you out of the sign, and if you are doing an egg bounce, and if you're sort of like in a physics state at that point, the egg will push you a fair distance, which you'll see. And then right after that, another trick is a KBC, which is using the knockback when holding an egg. You can actually push yourself through things, walls, like that door.
Nice. That's all really good.
And finally, egg iron.
Yeah, so every egg has a preference for fruit, and every enemy has like an RNG drop on the fruit. We didn't get a good drop there, and I can't drop my egg for some reason. Okay. What am I? Okay.
We all have that.
Okay, that's a 5-second time loss. We'll just take that. Whatever. Yeah, sometimes controlling Billy can be a bit of a pain, but I think it's just like, that's just a bit of a one-off there. Shouldn't happen anymore in this run. So with that, yeah, we just route to pick up as many cherries and pineapples as we can there, because cherries and pineapples are the beneficial fruit there. When you get good RNG fruit, the egg grows at twice the rate as normal, so. But luckily, I mean, unfortunately there we actually had apples dropped from the big cats, so we had to reroute the level slightly just to compensate for that. We could save like an additional 2 seconds if we got good RNG. Also, I'm going to try and mash A here. I didn't get it. Never mind.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like between cutscenes you can get like, you have 2 frames to like jump into the emblem, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Especially when you're like going from mashing B straight to mashing A. It's not the easiest thing to do. But now, yeah, so every world follows a set pattern except for the final world, because it's it's just the final world is an exception. Where the first level is essentially a golden egg level, like that, where we have to grow the golden egg, and then the second is a boss level. So we're going into the first boss level now. This level has some cool tricks before we fight the boss, though, so that'd be cool to show off.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to go for style points here, because this is the marathon.
Oh, you're gonna do...
Oh, Oops. We'll try it one time.
An extra sign bounce here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just
think it only saves what, like a second or two.
it saved like less than a
That's
second.
the most.
I lost time for
It's the
going for
most
it, but it looked cool.
Now, it's the most common use of a sign bounce is doing it like that to give yourself like that heavy speed.
Yeah.
But then coming up, there's another use of a sign.
Yeah, this is similar to the one in Forest 1. Yeah, you can use signs in lots of different ways in this game. And you can just like skip a lot with them.
I guess you can say it's a sign.
Haha.
Aha! You did that.
It took you a second.
Yeah. So I was concentrating. I caught on to what you said immediately. I was just like, oh yeah, did you concentrate? Oh yeah, so we don't think they're called cage jump. Essentially, we can just skip opening that cage by jumping on the top of it. It just gives you just enough height with max egg to roll on top of the tree. That's essentially the entire like level. Now we have to fight the boss, and there's nothing really complicated about this boss. I'll let the others explain it because I like to try and like concentrate on optimizing it as much as I can.
So this level is pretty much an auto-scroller. There's the 3 phases you go through. The first phase, he ducks into the tall grass to hide himself. Although he does just spawn right in front of you on the opposite side of the circle where you are. So it's fairly easy to bait him out and know where he is exactly. And so he does that twice to start with, where he'll just run it here, he just runs at you, attacks you by swiping at you. You do that, you pick up through it on the way around while he waits. The key is to guide him to the center of the circle while he's still running, as that will mean it'll take less time for him to get there because he walks back slowly. However, on the 3rd phase, he decides to switch things up and shoots a laser beam at your face, which is interesting to say the least.
Good last resort, to be honest.
Yeah, if all else fails, shoot laser beams. And again, just get as close as you can to the center and run forward, hit him.
Wasn't the best time in this level because I did go for that sign bounce just to show off.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I've got like quite a generous estimate, so I'm going to go for some cool strats, even if it means I lose a little bit of time.
But hey, it's a marathon, you gotta flex. Gotta show what the skin is.
Yeah. I can't do all the fancy tricks like Cosmic can do, all I can do is flex! That's a BFB rehydrated reference, if anyone remembers. It actually listens to the dialogue in that game. Okay, so we route like a lot of the runs in this game actually don't do the optimal route, and I'm for one don't do the optimal route. And the reason why we do that is because with the optimal route we do some of the hardest levels of the run like right at the end, and you know it's the worst feeling when you get on the run of your life and then it just dies to like the hardest level in the run. So we route it so we actually get those hard levels done first, and it only loses us like a couple seconds for really doing it. So we're actually going to go through like most of the bosses early in the run. We will take during Pirate. We're going to take a little bit of a side route here to like do one of the hardest levels out the way first, which ain't a boss level, but yeah. So the route's a bit weird. That's all I'm trying to say. So yeah, we've got to hatch another golden egg here. Hopefully we'll get some cherries and pineapples this run, so we can actually like pop off. We've got strawberries. That's a shame. So we have to now go to the beach because we didn't get that. So that's fine. It's only like a couple seconds past there. And then we get to this cool movement here where we dash jump, we get up, we roll, we get up, we roll. I took those rolls a bit slow because it'll be really embarrassing to die there, but you can take that really fast if you like you go.
Oh, it's got you as well.
Yeah. So what happened there was like instantly got off my egg. That's because like I tried to get up on like where like 2 planes meet, and essentially it just kind of like stops you from going in the air, and it just gets you off immediately. It's kind of strange. Sometimes it actually like hinders you because like you'll like try and like jump on those surfaces, and it will just make you like fall on your face, and it usually just ends up killing you. But it's like the fact that we can use that to our advantage is really good. So yeah, I'm going to the front of the Outer every time I talk to him just because it stops them from doing this slow turnaround animation. So it's just faster like to walk around the Outer than it is for the Outer to turn around to you.
Now I'm going to explain the cannons in the next level while so Kai can just focus on it, because the cannons in this game are very dumb, because there's a set route you're supposed to fire the cannons at so you can get through the level. However, if you fire them slightly off, you're able to ricochet Billy off the geometry of the level into the more progressed parts that'll save you a fair bit of time. The first launch saves you having to land and go down a slide, and then the second cannon, which is the last cannon, takes you to the very end of this level up to the boss.
Yeah, it's actually
And
like,
that's by a wall.
so this is one like the more hated levels in the community, but to like an outsider, it's one of the most beloved levels because it's like actually insane what you're skipping. Also, I overshot that. I'm an idiot. Cannons suck.
Yeah,
I
everybody says no cannons.
There we are. That's a good shot.
But it's also possible to skip like every gate.
Yeah, you can skip a text box there as well by jumping when you get on that platform there. Okay, that's good. That wasn't too bad with the death.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That second one,
Number
I
two.
think, is the most annoying.
Yeah, that second one, I'm just glad the second one behaved after that death. Because like the first one's generally easy, I just misjudged like where I was. I was like, oh, that'll do, and then when I pressed it, I was like, wait, no, that's not good. So this boss is quite frustrating. I'm actually going to let the others explain it because I need to keep a rhythm here.
Now let Luda explain this one. I think
Alright,
I've explained
so-
everything else.
Lure, right off from the beginning, you just grab the fruits real quick, and then you just wait till Lure stops shooting the balls here, and then you egg shoot him once, and then he'll go back into the little, coops or the water pools. And then Blair will then will just bounce out of them and smack onto the ground 5 times. And what you want to do is basically slam the egg before Glitter hits the ground to get an extra hit off of them. And then after those 5, Kai will then quickly go to where Glitter will
That was a good fight.
spawn and
Yeah, that's very good.
smack him again. And then go off to the middle and then egg shoot him for the final shot.
Then we're going to land on the emblem like that because we're safe.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah, so I'm not saying anything there. It's just like sometimes with the commentary, it's quite hard to keep a rhythm going. And like, cause I do like a certain movement every time you jump out of a puddle. And I just want to make sure I'm doing that movement and doing everything right. But yeah, that went really well.
And the reason we have most of these boss strats is because on all but one of the bosses, there are damage caps per phase that you're able to actually get off. And so you need to be very careful with how you attack the boss.
Oh,
If you
God.
want to be able to get quickly efficiently. So on Glur there, usually the damage caps, you would overdo it with having the large egg. However, if he's in the air and you damage him, it doesn't count as a hit. And so you hit him while he's in the air with the egg slam, and then turn around and hit him again so you can get 2 for 1. And that's what lets you get his health down on him.
Okay, so here's Clip and Yeet. And I think I said to these guys that they have to do it for me because I have a track record of playing this in marathons every time, and I think it's about time that I stop doing that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Clipping
well-
is the basic. Luda, you want to go for it?
Coming up real quick, so
Who's
you can-
got the static on the mic?
I think it's Christian. Alright, so Clippin', it's basically just a race, essentially an auto-scroller, casually, but quite a while ago we discovered a way to make Clippin' finish the race quicker. And so Kai's gonna set up here to basically load in the bridge right behind that cloud, or right in front of the cloud.
There we are, we got it.
So
And
that
this
he
will
kinda
happen.
just, like, yeah. He kind of just
Can
like
you just
floats
start
in the
walking
air.
across thin air?
Yeah. We're doing it a bit slow because I feel like we have to show it off in a marathon because otherwise
Yeah.
it's like we talk about this glitch and you guys don't have any idea what's going on. So we have to like at least show Clippin' running across the air there.
Yeah.
Also, Christian, you got a headset on also because there's like a very like loud noise, like you're moving something.
Oh, is that? I'll like unplug and plug my mic back in, and hopefully that'll fix it.
Okay. So, in the Dino world, the Pirate world, and the Blizzard world, the 4th mission has a mission where you have to save your friend. These missions you have you go around the whole level, and in like a time limit to like try and stop them from getting blown up by this bomb. However, these 3 missions all have this one major flaw, in that there's an easy way to skip them all, and they become like some of the shortest levels in the run. So for this one, we can just turn around, jump on this platform here, and roll them here, and now we're at the end of the level essentially. Literally, rollies at the top of this slide.
fix my mic.
Ah, thank you. And then we're just gonna quickly.
I turned it back on, and no one said, "Hey, there's a static again."
Cool, poggers. And that's how you save rolling.
Again,
So they give you like 5 minutes to beat this level. We can do in 20. You know. You know, classic speedrunning. It's great. So now that we've unlocked Rolly, well, now that we've beaten Rolly, what happens now is that we unlock the 6th mission of every world, which is a level where we actually get to play as Rolly. So now we're actually going to go back to Forest and do Forest 3, and then we're going to do Forest 6. And the reason why we're doing that is because I think that Forest 6 is actually one of the hardest missions in the entire run. So to get it done earlier would just get a lot of pressure off my head. But luckily, like, it's a trick right at the beginning of the level, and, you know, there's, like, no harm in resetting the level if there's any problems, so, you know, we don't be. But first we have Forest 3. We gotta do some platforming at the start, pretty simple. Some egg bounces, some dash jumps. It's how general movement in this game works. But then we're actually going to do another KBC here. We're going to kill a couple of these enemies just to get them out of the way, because we egg shoot and hit an enemy, the egg will come straight back before we even got set up properly. I'm glad that actually worked, because that was a very sus angle.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try and manipulate a wave of enemies just coming up by rolling perfectly. I don't think I've got it, but... Oh, I did get it. Nice. Basically, by rolling like that, you can like try and keep the enemies together. And it just makes them... Because they like to be a bit sporadic sometimes, but with rolling like that, they just stay together and you can kill them quickly. Although they pair up at least, it makes it like way easier. And yeah, most of these games in this game are a joke, we can just skip over them. This one's especially a joke because we're just going to jump around it like this. That's a good level.
That was actually really clean.
Yeah, ideally I'd want to save like a second or two there, but that was actually such a clean end there.
Yeah.
So now for one of the hardest levels in the run. I mean, it's disagreeable, but I do think, personally, this is mine. And as I have world record in this game, I think my word is my word is fine. I'm joking, of course.
I think it's mainly because of this first clip.
It's exactly
which is basically
Yeah.
You've only seen a KBC done with eggs so far, I recall.
Yes.
However, coming up now, you need to do it with enemies. In this case, you have the cats.
Oh my god.
Hence it's called
That was an awful pattern I had there.
Yeah.
I got it though first. Technically I got it first try, but that was such a bad pattern I lost like 8 seconds to it. But
the issue is, if the cats hit any part of the egg, they will lose aggro and stop approaching Broly. And if they walk away, you can't get a knockback to get the clip.
And also, if they touch the egg, they get pushed away a lot as well. So you end up like pushing them off where you actually want them to be, and it just causes a load of complications. But that's not the only clip in this level. We actually have to do one off of B this time, and B's like technically like the worst enemy in the game. Uh-oh. Okay, we have to back this up now. I can do this though. I'm a gamer. I'm not a gamer. You know what?
I'm gonna get it saying.
This is fine. I'm gonna just... Normally we just do a level normally at this point, but...
Just to show it up.
There we are. That was a good backup.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's safe to say this run ain't going too great so far, but... Hey, we're just here to show off how cool this game is, and I still feel like we're doing good on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these tricks I'm doing are very like high level tech. So if you actually want to play this game, you don't need to worry about doing some of these tricks like the clips. There's lots of different backups you can do and still get really good times. But like, yeah, it's definitely like you watch this and it's like, well, this is like kind of scary. But honestly, it's not actually that bad. It's
Now coming up this is one of my least favorite parts of the run, which is anchors, because hitting them pretty much knocks Billy into the water, which means you have to reset, and the pattern on them can be a bit dodgy sometimes.
that was a nice pattern I got, and I got a you.
Yeah, you fight. Yeah, I got very nice patterns there, but the speed of those can be quite hard to judge, I find.
Yeah, it takes a lot
you
of
can
time to get
sometimes-
used to. Also, I've been messing up this bit a lot lately. Okay, I think I got it. That's fine. So yeah, so at this point, like fire surrounds all these platforms, and we just had to actually catch an animal to put out the fire. But if we move quick enough like this, yeah, we can just skip it all, happening. And then we can get sick.
The reason you choose up on top of the platform to start as well is usually the cutscene triggers as you're walking in, but if you get on top of that platform and move quick enough, the cutscene doesn't trigger at all.
Yeah, well, we can start the trigger much later by doing that as well, so...
Yeah.
It's a very nice tech to have in the game, considering that part of the level actually sucks casually. But now we're going on to the dino world now. And now we're just going to do the golden eggs and the boss levels of every world for the next, like, 4... Is it 4 worlds? Yeah, next 4 worlds. Just because, like, they're some of the hardest levels in the run, and we're just going to get them out of the way quickly. But they are some of the more interesting levels in the run, so don't worry about, like, that. I feel like you guys are going to get your entertainment from this. I mean, it has started probably one of the more boring ones, honestly, but... it's still got some cool stuff. Let's pray for pineapples and cherries, boys.
Yep.
We can, like, this level has 2 routes spent on the RNG we get here, and we got pineapples, so we're going for the fast route. Oh, I got best RNG, but I wasn't ready for it.
Oh. PogChamp.
And now we're going to do a trick known as tree bounce. This is probably one of my least favourite techs in the game because it's very unfriendly. Essentially, we're going to do a sign bounce, but this time off a tree. And we're going to get a stick bounce like that. And luckily that went really well there. Also, we have to...
That was a very nice one.
I'm actually going to play super safe here, because if you, like, stand on, like, near the middle of the platform, there's a chance you'll grab the emblem frame 1 whilst you're on the ground, and that will soft lock the game. So, if you don't mind, I'm just going to, like, maybe lose, like, half a second just to move Billy just a little bit away from the middle.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Because, you know, it'll be sad to crash the game at this point.
NTSC issues.
Yeah, this doesn't happen in the PAL version of the game, but the NTSC version is, like, the fastest, so we still use it. But both versions are, like, completely viable. It's just, like, PAL if you want, like, the easier experience, I guess, and if you want, like, the hardcore, but, you know, the fastest experience, you go to NTSC. So, next up is Dino 2. This is one of the longest levels in the run, and definitely has a little bit of RNG sprinkled in here, which can give you quite a bad time if you're, like, really unlucky. I definitely wasn't my last marathon run, so I'm prepared for what's to come. But first of all, you'll see in the bottom left there's these little dinosaur heads. Essentially, we need to cool them off with some ice powers. So to do that, we're going to hatch this purple egg, because inside this purple egg we have my best friend in the whole world, the seal hedgehog, Richie. And he's really, really adorable. We love Richie.
Everybody loves Richie.
Yes.
Oh,
except Simon.
Yeah.
And Pedro. They both hate him. But they're both their names are Pedro, so maybe it's just a thing with Pedros.
Again, you see another sign bounce, which... That's like the first sign bounce in that method, I think.
That's the most iconic sign bounce in the game, I think.
Yeah. It shows it off how much distance you can get, for sure.
Yeah. And then we've got a dash up from here, and we're going to try and land on this banana. Nice. And the reason why we get this banana, it's not actually that important, but it allows us to do a couple of these jumps a little bit safer. Because the bigger the egg, and when you're rolling, it just means you can, like, clip onto ledges a bit easier. So, like, ideally we just want a bigger egg without, like, losing too much time for going for them. And that banana, like, is right in our line, so we can land on that fine. And luckily, the RNG was beautiful for us there. That's, like, the RNG I'm talking about there, you see those, like, meteors falling out of the sky? They can hit you off that jump, and when that happens, it's literally... you miss a cycle here, because now we actually have to make a cycle. Which I should make. I mean, egg bounce, so I was a bit worried, but yeah, that's easy. I had really good movement up until that egg bounce anyway.
Yeah.
And then we're going to shoot Richie through this fence, because you can just do that. I have to be careful with this jump, so I took it a little bit safe there. Yeah, again, that's another way you can soft lock the game if you die whilst that screen check happens. And that can happen like if you get hit by lava or hit like a lot of these triggers that actually have lava hitboxes on there for some reason. But 122 is really good for this level. And now we're going into one of the most boring bosses in the game. So if you guys want to get your resident sleepers out, that's up to you. I
It's also probably good.
as long as you're not doing it,
Yeah.
I can't see chat right now. So as long as you're not Resident Supering prior to this boss fight, I have no problem with you doing it now. But yeah, this is Topo.
Here you go.
It's pretty much an auto scroller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long auto scroller. He shoots these meatballs, all we have to do is dodge them. And then after he shoots
Actually, it might be interesting. Sorry.
yeah, I agree there. He's a very interesting boss casually, but there is nothing you can do to speed him up in the speedrun. Except for one thing at the end, which I'll explain when we get there. But it's basically just... It's basically dodge, hit. But in between those phases he has this slow attack where he wants to shoot a wall of lava at you that never hits you, so that's pretty fun, I guess.
Yeah, it's like more of a challenge to get hit by the wall of lava than to not get hit by it.
Yeah. Also, this spot that I'm standing on right now is super important for later. Just gonna say that now. But yeah, now we have to dodge another set of meeples. There'll be one more phase than last time. And now we have a big egg. It'll be a bit more of a challenge, but if we break our egg, it's fine. It doesn't actually affect anything. And that was such a generous pattern there. So praise be to moles, I guess. I call him moles. That's because he's a mole. Praise be to Topo. He's on Topo the dinosaur. Okay, so yeah, one more firewall phase is coming up. And then we're going to be looking for this spot right here. We need to keep an eye on that spot now. As that spot that I was standing on is exactly 180 degrees from the emblem spawn. And as you might have noticed, when he slams his head into the ground, he like goes to the opposite side of the arena. So we can then line that up so we kill the boss right on the emblem. Because this boss is a bit of RNG as well, I forgot to mention like how far he moves. Like there's like I keep mentioning RNG in this run, but it's usually like very minuscule RNG that it's like it won't kill your run, it's just like little things you just gotta be aware of. So by doing that we can like just land near the emblem. Sometimes you can land right on it, but the way the camera lined up there, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. Oh actually. Maybe I will.
Oh, that's cool.
That's it, is it? I was very surprised. So you'd have to
There you
watch
go.
me.
World record holder for a reason.
You'd have to watch me flail for an emblem.
Don't want to climb it.
Yeah. Oh, clown. So yeah, as I said, we're going to now move on to the Blizzard world next, which is World 4. Blizzard is actually one of the scariest worlds in the game, especially early in. There's a lot that can really mess you up here, but I'm sick, so I don't think that'll be a problem. You also gotta have a bit of an ego whilst running this game, otherwise the game just runs over you. Something I've kind of come to learn. The moment you doubt yourself is the moment the game eats you up.
With recent developments though, I think Blizzard's become one of the more fun levels and not as punishing.
Oh yeah, so what I did there was known as a double tree bounce. Essentially you can like dash jump and then hit both the trees to extend your distance and do a big skip there. I also did a little skip there off the hoop, called fire hoop skip. Essentially you have one or 3 frames depending on where Billy is on the egg to jump out that hoop or else you get hit by fire, so I'm quite happy to get that first try. If not, we just have to go around the back. It's fine. This slide is a bit scary though, this is why I don't like this level that much. And now I'm going to scare Christian, because I like scaring Christian.
Yeah. It looks way too scary, because if an golden egg takes any damage from anything, then it'll explode.
Yeah, and then
you have to restart again.
Yeah.
And as you can see there, while it's popping, the enemies go inside of it.
Yeah.
So if you miss the cock-a-doodle-doo by mistake, you are restarting that slide again.
Yeah. I should really stop going for it, but I've not failed it yet, so I'm gonna keep doing it until I fail it, and then I'll never do that trick again.
Yeah, and then you get PTSD.
Yeah. I mean, there are riskier strats where you get close to the emblem, but that one seems safe enough as it is, so let's do it like that. So we're going on to Blizzard 2 now, and this level's had like a lot of reroutes in the last month. Just because we found like some new strats, and then we realised, hey, that strat actually isn't faster, but because we had to do this route differently to do that strat, we've realised that this new route is actually just faster if you do the old strats with it. So it keeps like going back and forth between what's faster and what's not. So we'll be doing the one I'm comfortable with, which isn't actually technically the fastest, but it's you still make it's another level based off cycles again, but you still make the same cycle with this. So I need to do 3 full dashes here, and then dash jump over this. I mean just normal jump over that. But we have to dash cancel to do that, otherwise we just dash jump straight into the spawn. Yeah, absolutely right. We also need to max out our egg, because yet again we're going to hatch another egg animal here. This one is Cypher. He's, unlike Richie, he is not the best.
Get a scarf. They all have scarves.
Yeah, every animal has like a little scarf somewhere in their body. Sometimes they're like around their foot, sometimes they're like in clear daylight, but you know.
Yeah.
Cypher
See there, that's another knockback blood as well.
Yeah, you can do it on 4 ones.
That just skips going around and hitting the button, which has another cutscene.
I thought I didn't
Yeah,
hear
and
that.
then he's just gonna use Cypher to hit the snowflakes here.
Yeah, luckily everyone's had that building,
yeah.
so we don't have to go all around the world for it.
Yeah.
So now we need. I was about to say, can we get some blessed RNGs chat, but we can't even do that anymore. So if you have any emotes that's like please, like any please emotes, can we just get those right now, because this boss has bits of RNG involved, and we just want this run. We want this boss to go nicely. It usually does go nicely for me because I have some very safe strats here, but you know it'll just be nice to get some good RNG.
Yeah. Managing to get God Cycle.
Oh, that'll be. So yeah, this is the only boss in the game to not have a damage cap. As many times as we can within a time limit. Beat the boss really fast. If we have to hit him like just to control this attack. That RNG was actually beautiful. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we need like 5 fruit to drop from him so we can max out our egg, and then we can actually do the finisher. Which is like that. Just jump, dunk, jump, dunk, jump, dunk, then the boss is dead. The RNG comes in the ice balls and where they move, and you know. Try and get them quickly. And ideally we want to try and get them before. You couldn't drop the egg there.
It's like the usual speed. It is possible to beat that cycle, and I've only seen it done once by Kyrrone as we were sort of labbing the new clip through the wall, where he got the new faster clip through the wall and then got God Cycle, and so when it comes to any IL runs, I don't see it being beaten.
It can be beaten, but like you have to be very dedicated for it.
Yeah. Because God Cycle is called God Cycle for a reason.
So this is where we need RNG. So as I said, there's like a lot of RNG in this game, but this is like the only one that really matters, honestly. This is Circus 1. So the reason why we need good RNG here is, yeah, again, it's another golden egg level, except we're going to be doing a big skip in this level, which takes out a lot of the food pickup that we would normally have. So as the substitutors, we need good RNG in order to max out our golden egg. If we don't get good RNG, then we have to kind of wait like 10-20 seconds to try and max out our golden egg. And holy cow, that was an insane kill.
Hero's got all of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I've been going hard on this level in ILs lately, so I kind of got that movement fresh in my mind. We'll take this bit safe though, we'll do a jump here. So here we're going to do a PDR, which involves us egg shooting. Oops, okay, well, looks like we're doing a PDR again, lads. Oh yeah, I mistimed that slightly, that's fine. Oh,
Yeah,
I usually use that little text box as like a way to help me time this, and yeah, my timing's a little bit off
No,
now.
I'm the exact same. So.
Oh.
The reason we're able to do this.
I'm flubbing, lads, I'm flubbing.
Oh.
Okay, there we are. You should get that first attempt, and it's usually really easy, but when you mess it up, it just causes you to get flustered.
The reason we're able to do that is usually if you were to like egg shoot an egg and have it back and hit it with a smaller egg you're holding, you would take damage. That's how we do the nugback clip. However, the golden eggs are immune to taking egg damage from the eggs.
Oh, we got good
So that's what lets us do.
this game blessed me. It said, "I'm sorry, Kai. I'm sorry for being so mean to you there. How about some good RNG to make up for you?" And I was like, "You know what, game? I'll take that offer." I mean, yeah, the time we had at the end there was really bad, but good RNG. I mean, we've got worse RNG. We would have been there for another 20 seconds, so it's a win in my book.
Exactly.
So yeah, just got to talk to this Alder who looks like a JoJo's character. He's my favourite, I just love his hat.
Need to
Is
do
that what
some
speedrun
art of
got it from?
Good morning.
them.
Coming up is RNG Central. Luckily, we can skip some of the RNG.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a slight little bit of RNG in this level as well. It's only like a matter of 3 or 4 seconds. It's, yeah, again, if you get it, you get it in the first place. Like, there's no RNG in this game that just, like, really kills your run, except really in Circus 1. Even the top level, we sometimes just take it if we're on a good run. Sometimes it's just, like, call for reset, but yeah, this game's got RNG, but it's not horrific. You know, it's compared to, like, some things where, like, RNG will literally kill your run.
Yeah. This is just RNG will annoy you and make you want to reset.
So we're going to go right door here, because right door is always right. Like that. I was so ready for it to be wrong, though. Oh, but this room sucks as well, because these enemies are absolutely painful, because they just like to swarm you to try to get that middle switch, and hit you off when you're trying to do good movement.
And coming up is another version of the sign bounce.
Yes, this is really cool. We can sign bounce into our own eggs, like so, and we can get out of bounds.
Ooh, you should have just gone for it.
I could have, but I always don't want to risk it in case I miss. Yeah, we can actually skip landing on that door there, but it's always a hard judge.
It's pretty risky.
Yeah, but it does look sick when you get it though. We also have. Also, I was actually an idiot there, lads, because I should have, essentially, in those 2 rooms at the end there are no eggs. I should have opened up a door before going in there, in case I lost my egg to the fire, in which I would have had to reset the level. But, I've been so comfortable.
Kyrrone, hot!
Yeah, Kyrrone is just fire, and you up there. Also, I've just got...
doesn't need the safety.
Also, I just got a DM from someone at GDQ I need to reply to after this boss fight. If that's okay, you will hear some typing. It'll just be very quick.
Yeah, luckily we got a really straightforward boss here.
Did I hit him 5 or 4 times? I hope I hit him 5. It should have had this thing, but
I think you're fine.
It looks fine to me. I think I can count 5. There we are. We're standing here because that melon we grabbed at the start is behind me right now. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to walk to this mirror, salt him to come out of here, hit him twice, and then break this mirror, and then there's our melon. And then he's going to get hit here, he's going to go out of my head, and now he's dead.
Yeah, luckily that skips a very long portion of the boss fight, which he uses like his own. He uses a mirror and he tries to sucks you in for quite a while. I know that's quite annoying to deal with too, because you could drop your egg.
Yeah, for sure.
Mid, you know, while he's trying to pull you in and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was probably the easiest boss in the game. Like, once you know the fast strat and where to place everything, there's like nothing can really go wrong. Sometimes he likes to suck you into his mirror, but like, you have to be doing something wrong for that to happen.
Oh boy.
So now is Sand 1.
Really.
There is a strat here that I'm not going to be doing just because it only takes like 2.5 seconds, and if you fail it, you lose like 15. Whilst it looks cool, I always fail it when I try and show off, so it's probably best I don't go for it. Especially how the run's been going right now, I don't really have the time to spare, especially if you want to stay on schedule. I mean, there's like no way I'm getting a 110 with this run because it's like if I got a 110, there's something wrong with me at this point. Sorry, Luder and Christian.
No, it's fine. I have accepted that I'm just bad at this video game.
You're not bad. You're just not Kyrrone. I'm joking. I felt like such an egotist right now, but it's just part of the trash talk,
No,
isn't it?
no, that's not what you do. Yeah. Also, what you do, you're showing the game who's boss.
Yes. I definitely need it in the next level because this is probably everyone's least. Because this is probably what everyone except me thinks is the highest level in the run coming up after this one. We'll get into that when we get there. This level's pretty straightforward. There is no RNG in this level, luckily. Actually, there is an RNG route, but no one does it.
Saves barely like a second.
Yeah. So it's like good for ILs, but
Cook-a-doo.
kook my dues.
Kyrrone explain the lore about this on why he's trying to hatch all the gold eggs?
Well, yeah. So basically,
I think we should do that. Should we do that after Santu? Because I think we should explain Santu in advance.
Yeah. So that was our be for not explaining it sooner, but right now we've got a very complicated level coming up.
Yeah.
This is one again where I'm probably going to leave this to my lovely commentators to explain, just because I need to like focus on not failing.
So coming up are two pretty big skips that the first one saves around 45 seconds and the second one saves around 20 seconds, if I am correct. The first one is
Also,
torch skip, which
I gotta interject to just say my usual
thing
thing that Santu ain't nothing on me. So yeah, we're gonna actually do this first try. No issues whatsoever.
Yeah, so basically, torch skip is the same as a Stein bounce, however with the one distinction that you have to do the knockback while in the air, which is a pain to do. As well as there being fire, so Billy can take damage, which can stop it from happening. So, if he gets it first try, I want PogChat's enchant, because it's a Pog crit. And then, after he's done the torch skip, he's going to do something called Fammy Skip, which is a fairly old clip that takes you right to the boss ring.
Easy every time.
There we go. Pog's enchant the torch skip. Come on.
Right.
And coming up,
for family skip now.
yeah. There's a couple of tricks leading up to it. The first one is an egg bounce, where you use the properties of the eggs to just, as it says, bounce off the egg to give yourself height. Well, as you get over to here. And using that, you manipulate the these RNG to get the most delayed inflate that you can. And that gives you the time to get in position to clip through that wall, which takes you right onto the boss ring.
If this was a marathon, I'd ask for a round of applause right now. Can I get some PogChamps instead?
Yeah. PogChamps and
it's like I just got through that like no flaws really, but it is. I can't like sell how difficult that trick actually is.
There we go, a PogChamp from PBJ Mixer.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely takes some time to learn, but like, and there's a lot of factors that can go into messing up that trick. So I'm very happy to get that first attempt. We're on a good track record on that skip.
I think this boss has the most manipulation of the damage cap out of any boss.
I mean, yeah, I agree here.
Just there's like a small manipulation of where all the bullets fly, where you can make it so he just misses everything. And you do these two egg shoots to delay having to set the next phase off, because you want to collect that apple again during the next phase.
Yeah.
And you do have just enough time to do it with the timing of two egg shoots.
That's what I mean about Firewall. I completely forgot about Firewall and it still didn't hit me. Also, I feel like I might have messed this up a bit. We'll find out. Nope, we're good. We're good. Also, we can do this little strat where we put the egg right next to them and we're fine. Like so.
If you run far enough away.
So I'm going to quickly grab this egg, get this face up very quickly. Cool, here's Moles. He's going to belly slide. Whew. And then we're just going to camp underneath him, just to like make him move less.
Yeah, because less movement means faster.
Exactly. So I'm just going to put my egg there. Then I'm going to egg shoot. And then hit him with this egg. Usually we can do that corner strat again, but last time I went through it, it failed on me, and I think that's enough for me to say never again, lads. Yeah. So that's the boss. That boss is actually kind of stressful. There's a lot that can go wrong, but it's again, it's like Sultan in a way. Like once you know what to do and you know the patterns and how to manipulate them, it's all easy. And that's a sub 3. That's really good.
Nice.
Monkey better be pogging a sub 3 in a run would be insane to get. One of those is for sure gold, I know that.
It's definitely good for 3rd place.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Monkey's in chat for the sub 3 with a podcast.
Sticko.
That was a very, very good Sansu.
Yeah. So, before we explain the lore of this game, we should actually just clarify that we can't actually go to Sand 3 now, because in order to complete that level we need 25 emblems. So we are going to now go back to the worlds and actually just do some very quick missions to get the emblems we need to do that mission. Actually, we'll do it during Circus 4 and 5 because they aren't as interesting. This level's got some really tech in it.
Ah, yeah.
Actually, you know what, lads? I'm not going to go for double battery because I keep playing it so much recently. But yeah, we need to clear this board. They aren't waiting to skip the board. They always come out slow and actually doing a good board, so we just do the board normally. We're going to grab the Reki egg here because we are going to... I call it the Reki egg. We don't know what's in there. But we're going to grab this yellow egg because there's a thing called Reki in here, and Reki is used for these objectives in the bottom corner. Let's see if chat can work out. Actually, I've already spoiled this. Okay. Ignore me. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. I haven't done this movement in so long, so forgive me if I actually mess this up. Yeah, so for the time being I'm going to retire double battery until I'm better at it. I'll get it done for DDQ though, for sure. So yeah, luckily all these batteries that we're hitting are around this little tower. So we just gotta like dash around, drop a hot dash cancel, turn around, shoot Reki, grab the egg. I love this movement as well, which I feel like the double battery strat doesn't get short.
Yeah.
And that was like just a nice clean clock tower there. Yeah, so the double battery strat is a strat essentially where we can hit 2 batteries in one shot. But it requires like a quite precise angle, and every time I've gone for it, even though I've been confident that the angle's good, it's just failed me. And then you just lose time because you have to then try it again, and it fails. This is all like... This may sound like hypothetical, but this is just something that's happened in a marathon, and I think embarrassing myself once for that is one too many. So... Okay, so we got 2... not very interesting levels coming up now, so this is a good time for lore. So, essentially, we've been hatching those golden eggs because the elders bring back the day to Morningland, which the crows have, brought like inevitable night to them. The only problem, with that is that we don't like nighttime. So, essentially, the golden eggs are bringing back daytime. That's basically really all it is. That's Billy's quest. He's just bringing morning back. And the elders are helping him, they're directing him where to go and things, telling him about bosses. But of course we don't care because we've been skipping all those dialogues. This level is a very short one as well. Basically, at the end of the level there's this cage with some cats in there. Killing those cats triggers the emblem spawn. So literally all we're going to do is we're going to kill these cats by not even opening the cage because a nice couple dunks will kill them. This part makes the level the worst. This emblem grab is absolutely nasty because these enemies just love to get in your way. But luckily that was such a beautiful enemy grab. And then we've got some nice flat enemies. Look at him! Can we get some wide crow happies in chat? which is an emote I should make actually. So I say this level isn't very interesting, but it's actually kind of sick from like a casual perspective. I always forget like, oh yeah, what do people not know about this game? And they probably don't know that this level's actually insane. And you know what, lads? I'm gonna give him a treat. I'm gonna go for some really cool movement here. Even if it kills me, because it's such a short level anyway. Yeah. So we're gonna start by dash jumping off here to land down here, and then we're gonna roll, jump, go onto that hoop. Yeah, you can quickly get into hoops by rolling. That's really risky to go for, because if you mistime that, you're just going to end up in those cats and die. Because, yeah, again, this deck's like a gold egg in which it's very fragile. But it's more fragile, in fact, that if you touch an enemy, it will explode. You won't deal damage to the enemy. So, we just instead decided... I thought I'd go for some style, and we got it. It looked really nice.
Yeah.
So that's probably the shortest level in any percent, because we just did that in 19 seconds. So it's like
19. Oh.
It's like 1 second faster than the save rolling mission. So now we're gonna go back to Blizzard. We're gonna do Blizzard 3. I actually really enjoy this level. It's probably just because I love the movement in this game, but like this mission ain't the most interesting. Essentially, there's a snowman, and we gotta grow it out. And to do that, we just gotta dash in some snow. You know, yeah, again, it's a very fragile thing. If it hits an enemy, like, or if it gets hurt by an enemy, it will break. So we don't want that to happen. But I just like the level because it's a good way to like get good at like dashing. Because you need to be like, I'm constantly like hammering the R button. You can probably hear me pressing that button a lot. And the reason why you do that is just so we're like getting less downtime between dashes. And essentially, the good times that you get in this level is all down to I think I might have buffered a turn. I hope I hear him. No, I didn't. Sick. I missed the under grappler.
Rest in peace, controller.
But yeah, so essentially I'm just mashing the R button like between dashes just so I can get like more dashes out early. And it's just a really good way of like seeing how good you are at dashing. This is actually my favourite level in the run. This one's actually super fun. This level has some of like the most fun movement in the game. So yeah,
I second that. It's also one of my favourite levels.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's favourite. Especially those who are into like the IL scene. This IL's actually insanely fun. So yeah, this is another Save Your Friend mission. So as I said, all these missions have an insane skip that just skips it. Instead of going around the back of this level to save Bantam, we're actually just going to go through the level. And we're going to save him in a very short amount of time. No IG there. Going for a safety roll there. Because I went for a few safety steps there. I was thinking about going full IL mode, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to like mess up.
Don't want to throw the run.
Yeah. Especially when I'm trying to say how sick this level is, and then I just never like hit a wall and try to roll through a window. Yeah, so that skip we did there was we just rolled through the window. Essentially that's like meant to be the exit, in case you want to go like do some point farming or anything, or look for eggs. But yeah, because you're meant to come in from the top. But yeah, luckily the game has quite a nice movement system where you can actually just skip it. But as I have mentioned, there is a fourth mission in Dino where we have to save a friend. We will not be doing that because the third mission in Dino is super slow. And also we don't like Chick, so it's pretty great.
Yeah, who likes the 5
Yeah. Billy has 3 friends, but he will only save 2 for the run.
Yeah.
We never do save them.
So can we get some F's in chat for Chick, please? He died a hero. He didn't actually do anything. Except just look weird in the first cutscene. Yeah, it's pretty much tradition in the community to make fun of Chick, just because he doesn't get saved, and also just because he has a massive forehead.
And no nose. Looks really creepy with the nose, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really many skips you can do aside from this, where if you spam hard enough, it's possible to start the dialogue
early. So
a little bit sooner.
As you can see, she's just floating there now. It's pretty funny. So here's like one of the newest additions to the run, to be honest. So throughout the years this game has been like speedrun, we've always done the same levels. Every improvement, optimization has been in these levels. And whilst we technically haven't got any new levels, Dino 8 has become probably like in the last month has become the one level that has changed the most. It's almost like an entirely new level. And this is thanks to a trick it's all thanks to this trick that the community came together and found called a corner clip. Essentially, if you're against a corner, or if you like ledge hang off a corner where there's a wall to your left, you will clip through the wall. And we all came together to find this, where we can just like jump on this box, and then we can get to this cave. And now this blue hoop takes us to the top of the level, which is where the emblem is. Normally we have to go down to the beach where we do Dino 1, or Dino 2 before the second Bone Dragon. But with this clip, we can just skip that entirely and just do that. And the level's now 7 seconds faster than it was normally.
And significantly easier.
Yeah, significantly
easier.
It's a really cool level now. That clip is super fun to do.
I think there's 3 different versions. 2 are very similar, with one being the simpler, slower. Like this is what you can just do to get the trick. The faster version, which is the fastest version we have, which is the same as the first, except you egg shoot and break the box as you're grabbing onto the ledge, so you drop instantly. However, that breaks the box, so if you fail it, you gotta restart.
So here's the final
and
race
then you
method.
have the method of Kaiju.
Yeah, that's Christian's method. It's called RGB, or Royal's Groovy Box, because it's a very groovy strat, found by Royal, and it's done on a box.
Yep.
We also have a very groovy strat coming up in the next level as well, which I'll explain.
Yeah.
So one
naming conventions were inspired,
yes,
to say the least.
we love groovy strats. Well, I do at least. Sorry, I call one of those strats groovy. So yeah, this level ain't much going on. We just gotta climb up the pyramid like we did in Salmon, but we gotta break these pillars as we go up. And the reason why that is because every time like the race AI hits a object like this, it slightly slows down then speeds up. But of course there's a lot of these objects all over, so it just eventually drags it down, gets super slow. And not that's quite good for casual, so you can like dodge those and get the race done easier. But as we want to get it done quicker, we just destroy them. And then we just sit at the top and wait for him. I'm also just making sure I'm in the right spot so I don't get hit. Perfect. So this is probably the scariest level in the entire run, because like, whilst I wouldn't say it's on the level of insanity as like Sand 2 or Forest 6, it's the level before last, and the deal with that is that it's just like there's some very difficult tricks here, and like when the pressure's on, when you realise your run is insane, it's just you don't want to be doing these tricks under pressure. If it wasn't for the pressure, this wouldn't be the hardest. I feel like because of the pressure alone, this is actually the hardest level in the run. So
starting off, we have the other group strat.
Yes, Kyrrone's Groovy Underground. And the reason why it's called Kyrrone's Groovy Underground is you'll see, and we'll explain it after it's done, because I feel like that's the best way. I feel like you guys just need to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, we just did that entire room without looking. That's why it's groovy. So.
You're at like 58 minutes, so I don't know if that affects your decision of doing statue jump.
58 minutes.
That's all. 58 30.
That's actually a really good pace. It's not
going to give it a try or not.
I can't world record with this, but I can definitely get a good time. You know, I'm not going to go for it, I think. Sorry, lads. There is a trick code here called statue jump, but I kind of want to get for like a really good time for a marathon, because like I think every marathon run that the Billy Hatch community has done has never come back in a good time. And I kind of just want to like, not saying that anyone's bad because I do a lot of the runs, it's just like I feel like marathons luck gets us a lot, and we usually like get a time that's not justified by our skill. So we're definitely like, I definitely just want to get like a very good time here to say, hey, I did this. But yeah, statue jump essentially allows us to.
Can be very as well.
Yeah, the slide is very scary.
It's not like we're out the hook.
Yeah. It's just statue jump allows us to jump on that statue that's to our left there and off the slide. but getting off the slide is super difficult to do, especially when like you can't like slow down or anything. And then you have to do a very difficult jump, and like it seems like 6 seconds. It does look nice, but it's also like if you fail it, then you just look like a mug. So I decided not to go for it there. Hope you guys can forgive me.
We
You forgot the door clip at the end.
Oh, I always forget about that because
yeah.
it's so simple. Yeah, that door has really funny collisions, so we can just walk next to it and go in.
Yeah. And it gives like a super long cutscene too. So
Yeah.
I mean,
We
it's really easy to do it. You can really just teach anyone to do it, and they'll probably get it down in like a few minutes.
Yeah. That was a clean sand too, except for no statue jump, of course.
Sand 3.
Oh, you know what I mean. I've been misinforming people this entire time. Okay, so final level time.
Nice.
So right off the bat, this is probably the scariest trick in the game, or one of the scariest. It's either statue jump or cat clip here. We're going to do our final KBC of the entire run here. This time we're going to do it off some big cats, and we've seen these big cats a lot. But we have to try and like lure them into a wall, and then like get the slam to push us through, which can be a bit tricky. Luckily we got their attention, I think. Looks like we did. Yeah. There we are, first try. It's a bit scary because if you like mistime that, you can kill the cats very easily, which will then just mess up the trick completely. Then we've got to kill these 2 dinos, and we're going to do another sign jump off this pedestal here. And I feel like explaining why we do that would be a bit vain, so we're just going to like let the game explain. So yeah, but first we're going to just max out this, like get this like this egg size just because it makes. Oops, that was a bit bad. Let me try again, lads. Top player missing this amazing tech. What is wrong with me? Okay, so that tech is called Power Skip, and the reason why that is because we're now on top of this wall. The boss is over there, and we can just platform to the end of the level now. This level's actually really slow, casually. So doing it like this is actually really nice. Just being able to skip the level with some cool movement. We also got a nice IU fish to run off. I say fish to run off. We've still got like 2 bosses to fight, but as for platforming goes, this is like the end of the platforming of the game.
Yeah, but that skip, I don't know. Have we ever looked into how much it skips? Because it's definitely the most out of like every skip.
I think it is the
sure.
biggest time save in the entire run. Just because you have to do this
Yeah.
slow puzzle where you have to clear some goop, which you'll see in actually just a minute because this is the gimmick that the entire boss is based off. You'll then also have to do a room where you have to find some switches. I mean, they're always in the same place, but it's still annoying you have to go find the switches. And then you have to, like, basically, you have to herd sheep, essentially. And then you got to slide, and, you know, and you have to climb up a tower. You know, there's a lot that you just skip doing that. But yeah, the whole gimmick of the boss is... Yeah, we've got some very nice bottle RNG there, so... Actually, let's do the Cosmic Classic. Billy Hatcher for Smash. For Scuff Smash. For Scuff. That line was terrible. We like
Billy for kind of smash.
Billy for Rivals of Ether.
I
think I got.
feel like
Oh!
we shouldn't-
I think I got the cutscene skip. Well, not the cutscene skip,
Did
sorry.
you?
The animation skip. Yeah, it looked like I did. You got it very quickly there. I'll have to play that back and see if I did. So yeah, basically the second gimmick with that boss is he shoots missiles back at him. You know, very original game mechanic, but who cares? We know the boss sucks anyway. Also,
That's a bit of a
yeah. So this is yeah. So this run is actually viable on emulator. Like we'll allow like emulator runs for beginners, but it causes complications on this boss because the puddles don't render properly. So it's very hard to see when you clear puddles unless you change some settings about, like I think Christian has. Yeah. But like a lot of runners like feel like they've cleared the puddle, but then like they just didn't render it properly. And that's the first phase done. We've got one more phase to go. But I'm fairly confident this run's good. What pace am I on, by the way, lads?
You're at 104.
104 exactly.
As you. Yeah.
So this is about.
As it was like 103 is the correct.
This could be a 106 or a 107 actually.
107.
Yeah, this will be like a 107, which I think is actually a marathon PB. or marathon world record, I should say. I don't think Cosmic's got a 107 in marathons yet. I might be incorrect. But considering how, like, I think Cosmic's only got only one 106 run, and I feel like we would have remembered if we got a 107. So, I mean, Cosmic's streaming right now, so he's not here to fact check me. I'll find out afterwards. I'll put it in chat. But yeah, basically we've now lost our abilities. You know, I don't think anyone's here for the story, but yeah, we've lost our abilities.
It's okay, because
oh yeah,
basically
but it's okay.
A bit of patience.
A little bit of patience, a little bit of courage, and a little bit of anime. So as you saw,
mouse screwed.
Yeah.
2 episodes straight.
But as I was gonna say, as you saw, there's that sort of purple ball he shoots. We need to turn that into ball light by pressing B as it's about to hit us. Which sounds a bit complicated. It's actually really easy because if you get hit before it, it actually extends the window significantly in which you can press B. So getting hit just makes it a lot easier. Oh my god, what is he doing to me? There we are. You retaliated, lads.
I think it's like, without getting hit by it, is it 3 frames you have to grab to hit the egg?
I think it's about 3 frames, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something very dumb for casual players.
Yeah.
So if you ever struggle with this boss and you ever want to beat it, just get hit first.
Just gotta do this like 3 more times and it's basically done. Pretty straightforward level for,
Oh, damn, he's
you know,
beating me up. I was getting stylish, but I feel like that was a mistake. Pray for me, lads. I hope I didn't get hit too much. I should be fine.
You're trying to style too hard.
Yeah.
Luckily, because you've got that, it doesn't lose any time.
Yeah.
It just loses your dignity.
Yeah. I've got no dignity left, but I got like a 107, so it's fine, lads. I mean, who needs dignity when you're good at Billy hatching the giant egg? So 1, 2, and then that's the end of the boss. Time will be when I grab this emblem and my feet touch the ground. So I'll say time in just a minute after the cutscene and I grab the emblem. So still gotta let go of my egg, jump, and then hope I actually hit the emblem. Which is a very common thing where you jump, you split, and go, world record, and you go, wait, the emblem's not grabbed. And time.
What time was it? I didn't. Still waiting for.
That was a 106.52.
That's
No way.
insane! Let's go!
That's insane.
Yeah, that was so many
That is an
mistakes that
insane
run.
pace.
That was like, had some scuff in that. That is insane. That's the first 106 in marathons. And that would have been like a world record, like, back in March. That's insane. I'm actually popping off right now, lads.
Yeah, that just goes to show how far the game's come.
Yeah.
Even since I've joined it. I think I joined like just after the first 106.
No, you weren't there. You were there for
No,
like...
I joined.
You joined after it because you watched it.
How did I?
Yeah. You joined... Because that was in April. You joined it like late May or early June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was a really good run. So whilst the credits play, I'll just say like my official words, and then we can like move on to the next game, which I believe is another Sonic game. Was it Sonic?
It is.
Yeah.
It's Sonic 3, Angel Island Revisited.
That was it. Thank you. So if you're actually interested in running this game, I would highly recommend it. This game is actually super fun. I'm not like a professional speedrunner at all. Like if I can get good times like this, anyone can if they put the time in. So.
Oops. Sorry.
I think
that's my text tone.
Now Sonic even agrees with me there. So but yeah. If you want to head over to speedrun.com/bh for Billy Hatcher, of course. You can find a link to our Discord. And there we're like working. We got a guide there. It's not the greatest, but we're working on a new one. So perfect time to join. We've also got some events coming up in in September because I postponed it, which is going to be an IAL tournament. We also do like a lot of community races. So if you feel like you want to get involved with the community, try this game out, go for it. We allow emulators, as I said, and if you're in the UK like I am, it's actually pretty easy to get a power copy of the game to start running on, but with like the way things are at the moment, with COVID, it's quite hard to get consoles and games. So thank you for having me, and thank you so much to Christian and Ludovus for commentating. You guys did an amazing job as always. And thank you, Blast for Processing for having me. So it's getting pretty late here, so I should probably like jump off now. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
me.
you so much for that incredible run. If you enjoyed Billy Hatcher, be sure to give them a follow and look into the community. Thank you all for watching. This is Blast the Process 4. Don't go anywhere though. We're going to continue the Sonic block. Next up is Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited with Flying Fox. See you all in just a moment.
See you guys.